When you're saying about the success of other countries we've had with B teams, there's a topic that keeps coming up in Scotland, it keeps getting swatted away, and they never really sort of go down that road.
Yeah, it's surprising for me. In a way, yes, in a way, no, because in Holland they've been doing that a long time, and in Belgium it took also a long time before the teams agreed to do it, because in the beginning everybody was also afraid of it, and it would be like no fans would come to watch those games, and it's only beneficial for the bigger teams and things like that. Now everybody sees it's not the case. Everybody's winning out of that. So yeah, it's always a thing if you want to change things more drastically or less conservative. That people have problems with that, to come out of their comfort zone, what they've been used to doing for many years. So yeah, I think for Scottish football it's also important to have less conservative solutions, because you see the amount of players, young players or Scottish players playing in the league only goes down. So it's bad for the league. It's bad also for Scottish football, for national team. And in that way, I want to add one more. For me, it was also a crazy, crazy situation to know, because I didn't know when we were interested in Conor Barron that it's more expensive to keep a Scottish player in Scotland than that the Scottish player goes to wherever else in the world, even to Premier League, where they have all the money in the world. So it's more expensive to keep him in Scotland. So that's for me a rule to put players out of Scotland. I don't think it's logical in Scotland to make rules like that. You need to make rules to keep players here, that it's beneficial for the clubs, that the players stay in the league here. So that was for me also something really, really weird.
Is youth development something that's fundamental to how you see your coaching philosophy? Is it bringing young players up through something you always aspire to do?
No, it's always been my passion. I started in that way, and that's why it will always stay a passion. I think for every club it's also important only when you have like the very people with a lot of money behind you, and you can spend whatever, then maybe you don't need to think about that. But if you look then at what's beneficial for youth development, for social environment also, it still stays something important. But if you can manage to bring players out of your academy, of course it's beneficial for a club, because it costs much less money than to buy players, and you can make value. And you, in the other way, it's also, you have a social task as a club also. If I see, that's a good thing that crossed my mind now. If I see Robbie Fraser coming in against St. Johnstone, I know he will give more than his best. He will give all his heart, because he loves Rangers. He's been here for 14 years. And I saw after the game, when we were on the pitch, I see him go to his parents and his family, and they were like out of the world, because he played that game. Those are really important things for a club, I think.
Talking about, you spoke earlier on about Hampden, in fact he's training with the team now. Fans are obviously keen to get a look at him, but when can we expect to see him? What high hopes do you have for him in the short term?
It's difficult to put a date on that, because until now we only did things with the team in short space. So we have a plan also on Sunday to work more on longer spaces, and to have 11 against 11 with players from academy. So Hamza can do that part also. That's his next step in his rehab now. So yeah, it will be a few weeks, but maybe in the meantime I put them one time on the bench for 5 or 10 minutes. It can be possible, but he needs some time to grow. But everybody here in the team, they see in the small spaces a lot of good things. Now to show it on a bigger space, because we play on a big pitch.
Do you expect to see him make an impact this season, or you expect?
Yes, I mean, I'm confident he's going to make an impact on this season also with his scoring capacities. Is it as a striker or as a winger? It can be in both positions, I think.
If you had a B team, would it be easier to get players like Hamza and Clement ready? Is that hamstring?
No, it's not only for Hamza, but it's also for Zach Lovelace, it's for Robbie Fraser, for Cole McKinnon, for Leon King, for all of them. It's a big step from academy, then to play at Rangers, to where you have to win every game, where you play in Europe, where you play against Celtic, against the best players in the league. The step is too big to make it directly and to play every week. And these players need more challenges. And if you put them on loan, you don't have any control of the study. We had examples with that with Alex Lowry, for example, last season. So I think for everybody it's better. And I hope that you guys maybe dig into that also. I know you like to dig into things sometimes. Dig into that also, how it's working in Holland and Belgium. And to speak with people there. I've seen it in Bruges also now. Before we almost didn't have any player out of academy. That was also my task when I started there. I see now several players the last couple of years making that step. We sold Charlotte de Ketelaar for more than 30 million to Milan. Now Maxime de Kaper, there are bids for 20-25 million for him. Before it was not the case because the step was too big to go from academy to a team who has to win every day. People don't understand maybe how big difference that is with academy football and the demands in level are so much higher. But these guys needed that step in between. And there are several others who play now in the first league in Belgium, in the smaller clubs, who do really well there for the clubs there. So everybody will win with that.
Last one.
Good afternoon. What would be the Ross County this season and how it evolved from the previous season?
That of course they lost important players like Murray, who was very important for them last season, but they replaced them by similar types, and they play in a similar style as last season. Is it with 5? Is it with 4? Depends on the opponent and the day maybe, but they still play in a similar style.
Thanks, everyone.
Please.